Hello, everybody, and The Boys fans now. We are talking about the Season 3 opener of The Boys. This episode is called Payback, and yeah, there's some pretty cool stories going on. This show is definitely all over the place, and I don't know if I really necessarily like that or not yet. Breaking Bad, by far, is my favorite TV show to watch, so I don't even want to compare this to that experience, but, you know, episode of The Boys Season 3 starts with the Vought spinning their PR games once more. I mean, that's kind of how they've started the last, 3 or 4 episodes, and that's obviously a good thing to use the satire and kind of play on these concepts here. But yeah, this time with Homelander acting out the final fight with Stormfront, only with the generic comic book tinge of good versus evil. So this is kind of a part of their movie. We kind of open up as that. Homelander, of course, portrayed as the hero in all of this. He's not the hero. The Seven join him. They beat the bad guy or gal in this instance. All is well. Only it's not. We're just talking about a film here. We're not talking about real life. As we cut across to the movie premiere, there's some serious unhinged anger behind Homelander's pearly white smile. He smiles very evilly and grimly. He definitely plays his villain role well. I guess unintentionally, but I guess intentionally. It's not helping that Huey and Annie, who have made their relationship public, are in the public spotlight, and they're in the spotlight more than fucking Homelander is. So Homelander doesn't like this. He's a guy full of jealousy, and a lot of occurrences in this show, and yeah, he's gonna take that out eventually on someone. It also means A-Train is back in the limelight too. So A-Train is finally getting back into the Seven. We saw that in the last episode. Congressman or woman Newman is here too, and after rooting out Bad Apples, someone in the crowd calls out for her, but calling her Nadia instead, almost confirming that she's a villain. And she goes by an alter ego. And given that she's blowing people's fucking heads off, we know she's a villain. It's kind of the dramatic irony that's so great in film and television. Yeah, Huey looks on suspiciously, and it's worth pointing out this is going to be an important plot point going forward. So yeah, Huey is the first to catch on to this Nadia character that is Newman. And I would be pissed if I was Newman, because this guy Tony, who we will be meeting a little later into the episode, kind of reveals that she's a villain. In the bathroom, Butcher arrives to see Huey. Huey gives him the green light to gain intel on their latest target. Part of that comes from Frenchie and Kimiko showing up at a big party while Butcher watches from a spy camera on Frenchie's chest. So they're trying to gain intel. They're trying to spy. This film is very fucking this episode in particular of The Boys is quite disturbing in my honest opinion. There was a scene where I had to skip ahead. A guy climbed through another man's dick hole as an Ant-Man character and fucking blew him to pieces. I skipped it. That is the one scene on this entire show that I skipped, and is the one scene in the entire show that I'll probably skip, period. Ever skip. Their target here happens to be a soup with the powers of changing how big or small he is. Again, his name's Termite. Basically the boys' version of Ant-Man. Well put. The guy's name is Termite, and he literally goes into his date's penis while really tiny, sneezes, and completely obliterates his date from the inside out. So he is a homosexual character. Obviously inclusion. Inclusion in Hollywood. It's a big thing. I'm not mad at it or anything. It's just kind of corny at this point. Why do we try to force gay relationships into a show? I don't know. If a cast member is gay, let them be gay on the show. If not, I don't know. Maybe he is gay. Maybe I'm making terrible assumptions and I'm gonna get canceled. I mean, it's shocking, disgusting, one of the most insane moments of the show so far. Again, I had to skip past this part. In fact, Termite even tries to get inside Frenchie's ass when he sees him too. Oh my fucking god, it is disgusting. I mean, I don't know. I'm not mad at it or anything, but I don't know what the creators, what the guys with the storyboards were thinking when they came up with this. Holy shit. Thankfully, Butcher shows up just in time and manages to stop Termite. Butcher doesn't kill the soup, though, remembering Huey's orders, and instead gets the others to phone the Bureau. So in these chases to work with the soup affairs, Butcher is not supposed to kill anyone. Although his masculine, his testosterone-ridden side might shine through at times, he is not allowed to kill anyone. This is, of course, where Huey is working. He's working at the bureau. He's a pretty big deal at the work too, and between dating Stormlight and taking out Stormfront, he's something of a celebrity in the office. People are like marveling at him as he walks into the office every day. He's also unaware of Newman's ties to all this too, and that she's a soup. She seems like a villain to me. I don't know. Maybe she is considered a soup. Maybe she used to be a part of the Seven. We will definitely learn more about her throughout the show, but now it seems like even at the end of the episode, you learn some things. You learn her relation with this Tony guy, which again we're going to meet very soon, but not much. Now Newman appears to hold a few secrets of her own, with our old name definitely Nadia, and the guy who was at the movie premiere showing up at the office. He tells them all his name is Tony, and he is definitely associated with this Nadia character that Newman used to go by. Butcher keeps up his promise to Becca, visiting her son and spending time with him. R.I.P. Becca, one of the most heartbreaking things to ever happen in this show was her death. He's been suffering from awful nightmares about Homelander, but Butcher's convinced that he'll become strong enough to take him out eventually. So he's hoping Ryan will be the guy to take out Homelander. Grace Mallory is still watching over him, but Butcher is keeping a distance, believing he'll just mess everything up if he gets too close. I mean, he's not really the father. He's supposed to be a father figure, because Homelander sure as hell isn't, but yet he's quit drinking, hasn't killed anyone in over a year, and is even following Huey's orders. All progress for Butcher. He's starting to become this hero. He's kind of been a hero before in terms of his motives, but the way he's been carrying out these motives has definitely been villainous and more of a heel. Unfortunately, Vought has a lot of influence, and Termite is saved. When Butcher finds out he's living and bemoans not killing Termite when he had the chance, he's like, maybe I should have won against Huey. Maybe I should have killed the guy. Over at Vought HQ, Stan Edgar has concocted a new version of Compound V, so pretty much another villain. This one is only temporary though, with each vial worth $2 million. I think it only lasts for 24 hours, so that way anyone can become a superhero if they wanted to. As for Edgar though, he's become a bit disillusioned with the whole superhero shtick. In fact, he wants to be out the business within the next 5 years, given his role has turned into something of a babysitter. He's kind of been a supervisor, more than a boss, more than a mastermind behind Vought. This temporary Compound V would effectively turn Vought into a pharmaceutical company and allow them to much more effectively control the hero. So he's kind of done with the superhero business, and he's more ready to be a pharmaceutical guy that offers for the public, which is very fucking dangerous, and I don't know why they would think about doing this. There would be so many people turning on the Seven, and the Seven probably wouldn't even exist. Speaking of control, Stan gives Starlight the role of co-captain alongside Homelander, so it's a snowball effect. Everything's just adding up, and Homelander is not fucking liking it one bit, let me tell you. This way, it would help raise the popularity of the Seven and kick Stormfront out of public attention, because if Starlight is associated with Homelander, people are going to forget about Stormfront. Starlight is the most popular member of the Seven right now, but obviously things are incredibly tense right now with Homelander, and this is not happening. We don't want this to happen, because Homelander is going to try to kill Starlight, and Starlight knows this. The thing is, this position would grant Starlight true power, including choosing the 2 other members to join the Seven with them. So that'll be her job, when normally it's Homelander's job. This alone could help swing the balance of power away from Homelander, which is well fucking needed. And what better way to choose than with a reality TV competition? Another marketing ploy, of course. One of the heroes here, Supersonic, actually happens to be Starlight's old flame from the past. Naturally, Huey is jealous. It's a very awkward thing. Starlight, though, decides to go ahead with this reality TV idea, believing they make a real difference. Homelander, though, is on edge and ready to snap at any moment, and we kind of know this. Him and Starlight are going to have a confrontation like he did with Stormfront. Starlight is this season's Stormfront, without the Nazi and radical ideas, though. It turns out Stormfront is actually still alive, too, hooked up to a life support machine and with burns all over her face, so Homelander is definitely hoping for her to kind of recover and get back to the Seven. She's also missing an arm, too, so she took a big blow. She continues to peddle her master race stuff, which Homelander's against. Homelander doesn't like the Nazi stuff, which I can at least support him for, but my God. Crazy stuff. Still, he continues to see her, convinced that Stormfront gets him. She's the only one that gets him. Now, Maeve actually happens to be the new mole in the 7, and after seeing Homelander bully A-Train in the hallways, she catches up with Butcher. She's not liking this. She wants to take a stand against Homelander. She's been wanting to for a while. She has some intel on a guy called Soldier Boy, which is fucking funny, who happens to be part of an old superhero team before the 7 surpassed them, which is crazy. Soldier Boy was their hero, but he apparently died a while back. His team includes Crimson Countess and Gunpowder. Black Noir, by the way, was on this team as well, so that's a cool little detail. May believes they may have the intel needed to track down the weapon that took them out. With 3 vials of temporary Compound V, Maeve hands them over as a way of arming himself against these rogue soups. So Butcher might have the opportunity to become a soup for a couple of days, which is insane. It's their one chance to go after Homelander, and they could prove to be invaluable going forward. Butcher stashes them in a jar while Homelander shows up to pay him a visit that night, which is where this photo kind of comes. It was like this whole confrontation. Their meeting is tense and cryptic, with the gist of it being that they're going to team up to take out Vought before going after one another last man standing style. So that could be what closes out the series, or a scorched earth scenario, as we're told. Meanwhile, Huey heads out that night after work and notices Tony skulking about. Newman is there too, and Huey hides behind a bin while they talk, kind of eavesdropping and getting some intel on their situation. The pair used to be best friends. Tony wants the public to know about Red River, but Newman refuses. She's fucking I don't know if Red River's the group or Red River's the name. I don't know. Red River. As she holds him close, his nose begins to bleed, and just like that, the pair fight. This inevitably ends up with Newman completely disintegrating poor Tony, leaving a flood of blood in the alleyway, and Huey shocked and trying to keep everything together as he cowers behind the bins. Very traumatic experience for Huey, my god. That was bad. But he kind of put it on himself. He kind of went in, eavesdropped on a situation he probably shouldn't have eavesdropped on, and yeah. The Boys is back. And what a way to kick things off. The whole drama involving Termite is absolutely shocking and perhaps a tad too far. I think so. I dare anyone to watch that scene and not wince and cross their legs. I skipped it. I didn't want to watch it. Beyond that, though, the episode sets things up really well for the conflict to come, and a lot of that can be attributed to Anthony Starr, who's an absolute gem, a great actor. Every single scene he's in is unnerving, nail-biting, and completely unpredictable. It's amazing to see how far his characters come, and seeing him on edge in this way, even prepared to team up with those he despises to get what he wants. It's a pretty surprising turn of events. Oh, and Stormfront is still alive. I'm sure I'm not alone in expressing surprise at that little turn of events. That's kind of a plot twist in this show. Either way, though, this opening episode sets the scene for what should be a very dramatic season to come. So yeah, shout out to Greg Wheeler, shout out to the Review Geek for giving us this. Pretty good episode. A lot happens. A lot of pretty shocking things. I mean, as satirical and as comedic this show is supposed to be, and how exaggerating and how kind of ridiculous it's supposed to be. It does its job well, I think, and I'm a big fan of it. So, I don't know. I think a lot of people see it as a big hit for Amazon Prime. But, anyways, leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, it has been GZTV, giving you guys TV reviews, movie reviews. We're about to talk about The Girl Next Door up next, which I'm surprised I haven't seen this movie kind of in the first place, but we're definitely going to be talking about it. So I hope everyone has a great day. Tonight on Twitch, I might be reacting to... I'm gonna figure out something. I'm gonna figure out a movie to watch tonight. We're gonna watch one movie and probably